Hi, I'm Brad Sherwin, Technical Agronomy and Data Analytics Lead for Landis Cooperative, and welcome to the Agronomy Minute. Farming's all about risk and reward. Each year you invest money in renter land payments, seed, herbicide, insecticide, fungicide, and fertilizers. Our job is to help you navigate all the decisions you need to make so you come out ahead financially. Now, in today's episode, we're going to talk about tar spot in corn. We continue to see tar spot development in corn further west than ever before. In fact, tar spot has been confirmed by Iowa State University in each county in Iowa. It's important to remember that the disease only occurs if three things exist all at the same time: the pathogen, the host, and the environment. Manipulating a component or combinations of the disease triangle components influences the incidence and the severity of the disease. So, why are fungicides important agronomic tools? Well, the value of fungicides has been proven. Many popular hybrids and varieties with high yield potential respond dramatically to fungicide applications. Higher plant populations result in a denser canopy. Reduced tillage means more crop residue, which means an increased return on investment on an increasingly expensive input. Now, this leads us to the classes used as foliar fungicides for field crop production, which include quinone outside inhibitors, or QOLs, also known as strobilurins, they're class 11, demethylation inhibitors, or DMIs, also known as triazoles, they're class 3, and succinate dehydrogenase inhibitors, also known as SDHIs, and they're class 7. Now, first, the QOL fungicides, which are also known as the strobilurins, have very good activity on germinating spores and work best when applied preventatively around the VT growth stage. They have broad spectrum fungal activity and interfere with the mitochondrial electron transport, which primarily inhibits spore germination. These are considered preventative with very limited curative activity and have about 7 to 14 days of residual activity. Strobilurins also trigger physiological reactions in the plant, which inhibit ethylene production, thereby slowing stress reactions. They promote lignification of cell walls and improve utilization of limited resources. This promotes yield increases even without disease due to plant health effects such as improved stress tolerance, but are also prone to resistance development. Most fungicides rely on the residual activity of the strobilurin component to be effective. Now, the DMI fungicides, which are also known as triazoles, have broad spectrum fungal activity and interfere with sterol production in the plant. This primarily disrupts membrane production. They have preventative and curative activity, but are specific to the active ingredients and have about 14 to 21 days of residual activity. They can also trigger physiological reactions. Yield increases are mostly related to disease control with moderate risk of resistance development. Therefore, higher rates can compensate, but the population shifts to normal sensitivity distributions when triazoles are discontinued. Now, lastly, succinate dehydrogenase inhibitors, which are also known as SDHIs, have high specific activity on selected pathogens, which are chemistry dependent and interfere with the energy production in the plant. Primarily preventative with some curative activity on surface infections, SDHIs last long, approximately 10 to 28 days, but are typically narrow in spectrum and are prone to resistance development. Now, the importance of multiple modes of action are based on broad performance, which combines the strengths of the fungicides and increased consistency across weather conditions. They attack the fungi in multiple ways, with the strobilurins and SDHIs inhibiting respiration, which is the spore germination, while triazoles affect sterol biosynthesis, which is the membrane production, thereby providing both preventative and curative activity for improved control. Critical for resistance management is using more than one mode of action that must have activity on each pathogen. That's why mixtures are better than solos. Now, tar spot is a corn disease caused by the fungus Phyllochora matus, and was first confirmed in the United States in 2015 in Illinois and Indiana, and has since been confirmed in all counties in Iowa. The symptoms of tar spot are distinctive and look like specks of tar on the leaf. Symptoms begin as oval to irregular bleached to brown lesions on leaves in which black spore-producing structures called ascomata form and have brown lesions surrounding the spots. These are known as fish eyes. Lesions protrude from the leaf surface, giving affected leaf areas a rough or bumpy feel. The structures can densely cover the leaf and may resemble rust fungi pustules. Key to note is that tar spot cannot be rubbed off the leaf. The potential impact of the disease is still being determined, and fungicide treatments can be effective against the spread of tar spot. So, when to spray? Well, follow the fungicide spray checklist. Frequent rainfall, dew, and humidity. In other words, free moisture on the leaf surface for 10 or more hours. Corn-on-corn rotation, reduced or no-till practices, late planting dates, a disease-susceptible hybrid, fields subjected to stress such as hail or drought, early evidence of disease in the field, a history of disease or lodging in the field. The more criteria met, the more likely you'll see a yield response. Now, if you have any questions about tar spot, reach out to your local Landis Cooperative account manager or account lead, or call the Landis Grow Center for more information. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for taking time to watch our video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when we post our next video. And lastly, hit that thumbs up so we can bring you more agronomic content. We really appreciate it.